Right then, I thought I'd do this video because this time a week ago, on Friday, the 11th of August 2017, I was having a left proximal humerus fracture repaired with a plate. I was admitted for a left shoulder internal fixation and Philos plate. I don't know if you're watching this because you're a Slimming World subscriber and you just want to see how I'm getting on, or if like me you were looking for someone that's on YouTube that's had this done and you want to know what to expect. I do know that this time, say a week ago, I was fast asleep, but I think I woke up about 8 o'clock, so in an hour's time. A little bit groggy. Seem to remember saying to the anaesthetics lady, "Oh, so I'm not dead then," because when I'd woken up. And then I can't remember if I saw my husband or not. I think my husband and daughter were there as well then. So we went up to the hospital ward and they said goodnight to me, and that was that. And then I had the worst night of my life, probably. Well, one of the worst nights, as in pain-wise. As in, there was a guy in the hospital that was obviously not quite with it, who was screaming and shouting all night long. I'd had, at this point, some Oromorph and some Tramadol. I think I was a little bit spaced out as well. And then I woke up in the morning at about, I don't know, 7 o'clock, sobbing into my pillow. The pain was so bad. I'd had Tramadol, I'd had Oromorph, but it just wouldn't go. And just remember the claustrophobia and the horrible feeling of just having this shoulder that was so painful, and this hand and elbow that was so painful. It was just sort of like stuck to you. You couldn't move for the pain. It was awful. And thinking, this is never going to work again. It's going to be awful. So in a week, what a difference a week makes. I am off Tramadol. I'm literally having 6 ibuprofen a day. I'm having a couple of paracetamols if they're not doing it for me. I wasn't told when I left the hospital, the aftercare wasn't great. I wasn't told about icing up, putting ice packs on my shoulder, the exercises to do or anything like that. All the sort of surgeon said, "Well, see if you can do that. Keep trying to do that." And that's all he said. Which at that point, my hand was like a balloon. I couldn't do anything, and so was my forearm. So I've learned since then. I'll show you what I bought from eBay. No, from Amazon. I don't like to do anything in small measures. This is an ice pack, and it's really flexible. Just basic, wrap it around your whole arm. It stays cold. It doesn't even take that long to freeze. I think when I first got it, I put it in the freezer for about an hour and it's still pretty cold. Not as cold as it is now. So literally wrap that around my whole arm about 4 times a day. And I've been Googling stuff like how can I sleep with this. So I've ordered myself a maternity pillow, one of those V pillows that's quite long. But I can just sort of lay on that. You're supposed to have your hand there for the ultimate like blood flow. And then I read up as well, half an hour before bed, take your painkiller. And then just as you're going to bed, ice your shoulder, ice your arm, do all that sort of stuff so that you're in as comfortable a position as you can to fall asleep, which is what I did last night. And then I just chucked this down by the side of the bed. I did wake up about 4:30 in the morning, and it was a little bit achy. This was out of the freezer for 4 hours. It was still not as cold as it is now, but pretty damn cold. So I just put that on there. That just sort of took the edge away. So I didn't have a bad night's sleep last night. Now, this is a week after I've had the op, and I think that that's bloody good. I can move my arm up. I can even do some of that unaided. So I think it's a pretty miraculous recovery. I am very bruised still. I mean, this has gone down loads. I'm yellow under, you can't really see, but I'm green down to my palm. It's black up here, black under there. So yeah, and I've been getting through a tube of arnica. It's about £3.50 in Tesco's every 2 days, because you're supposed to put that on like 3 times a day. So I've been doing that as well, and you can really feel that working as well. I know it doesn't look it, but that has gone down so much. So my recommendations for if you've just had this done, and you're on day 2 and 3 wondering how the hell you're going to get through all of this, gets much easier. I am very lucky, as in I'm right-handed. I broke my left shoulder. Had it been the other way round, I mean, I wear contact lenses, and even when my hand was out of, I could sort of like put my contact lenses in there, get them out, pull it down, do those. Could blow dry my hair because it's short. I could even then put the straighteners in. Had that been my right arm, I wouldn't have been able to put my contact lens in my left hand. I probably wouldn't be able to put my bum. It would be so much more debilitating. Yeah, so they're my tips. Oh, and I have literally, every time I do my ice pack, find it really easy to put this here, wait for it to soak through, and then really lift up your arm like Billy-O. Say my hand feels pretty strong. My forearm action's pretty good. I can more or less straighten my arm out as well, which, I mean, we're talking like when it was first done, like on day 2, my hand was like that, my wrist was like that, and literally if a feather touched my hand, it would have me screaming in pain. I couldn't move it sort of more than a millimetre. At the moment, I had to just wear the same dress. Now I can get into this dressing gown, which I could never have done before. So keep icing it up. Keep your hand as elevated as you can to get that blood flow, to get that swelling down. And until that swelling is down, the pain is not going to stop. The exercises the physio told me to do is scrunching up bits of paper, rotating my arm, straightening it, and this up, this one, and then this one I find really hard, which is sort of like, I'm not quite there yet. I don't want to push it too much. I had a painkiller about 3 hours ago, so you can see how much that's improved. As for my scar, it's a week old. I picked off a couple of steri strips earlier today, and I'm going to pick off a few. I'm on my cruise, and I'm not going to pay like $100 or whatever they're going to charge to peel those off. It looks fine underneath the scar, so yes. So if you're on day 1 and 2 and like me, absolutely in tears, thinking that this is never going to get any better, it's just it has made me very panicky about ever being ill, ever being in an accident, because I broke my shoulder. Imagine if you'd like broken ribs, pelvises, shoulders, your legs all mushed up. Oh my God, I just, I think I need to write a will to say, just don't bother trying to save me, just put me to sleep there and then, because I just don't think, I don't think that I'm a baby, but bloody hell, it's just been horrible. I've had some really lovely YouTubers as well writing to me. They had a much worse time than me. One poor lady broke her wrist, had it plated, fell over, broke her shoulder, had that plated as well. Another lady slipped in the bath, broke her right shoulder, she's right-handed, couldn't do anything. They sound like I've had a very easy journey compared to that. I am working bloody hard on it though. Say, just don't give up, just keep icing it, warm baths, keep moving it. Say, I've come off the tramadol, just try and get onto regular painkillers. If I get a bit of an ache, the ice is my best friend. And say, I will put up the link to this. This is absolutely amazing. So, and I'll see you back again.